The all-new Duncan Flipside Yo-Yo is here. With its unique flippable spacers, you can use a small or large ball bearing axle for different response and play. Use the included small ball bearing for intermediate tricks, or flip the spacers and insert the included large concave ball bearing for extreme professional tricks. Flipside is available in 4 awesome color combinations, each sold separately from Duncan.
keep me from spreading my wings and just flying away.
360. Throw a trapeze. Throw a somersault and release the counterweight. Catch the counterweight for a 360. Rock on! Throw a 360, but instead of catching the counterweight, let it go several repetitions. And throw horns with your throw hand.
To perform a one-handed undermount, throw a sleeper. Then, throw the counterweight behind you, sliding up on the string. Allow the counterweight to mount the string into the yo-yo and catch it. To dismount, release the counterweight, allowing the string to unmount from the yo-yo. For a freehand reverse trapeze, throw a sideways sleeper. Push the counterweight off to your throw hand side, allowing the string to slide and mount the yo-yo. Catch the counterweight in your non-throw hand. Unmount and return the yo-yo to your non-throw hand.
Aerial. Throw a sleeper, swing the yo-yo in front of you, and throw the counterweight down for a full revolution. Easy peasy.
When you're holding the yo-yo in your hand, you want to make sure that the string is wrapped over the yo-yo and in your hand, so that when you throw the yo-yo, it will actually unwind, rather than under the yo-yo. That's just bad news. Now, to do the gravity pull, you're going to make a muscle up by your ear. Extend your arm out and open your hand. The yo-yo will fall towards the end, just like so, and then come directly right back to your hand as you turn it over. The best part is the string is now properly wound for another throw. You're ready to move on. You can allow the yo-yo to spin at the bottom of the string by not pulling it up. And tug it back whenever you're ready. In order to properly throw a sleeper, bring your hand up by your ear, again making a muscle. Extend your hand out, but don't turn it over. Then, turn your hand over as the yo-yo spins or sleeps at the bottom of the string. To get it to return, just give a little tug from your wrist. Do not tug from your arm. Tug from your wrist. Catch the yo-yo and collect your money. To do a breakaway, you'll make a muscle just like you're throwing a sleeper, except you point your elbow out to the side of you. You'll throw the yo-yo down and across your body, swing it, and catch it when it gets to your other shoulder. An alternate way is to hold the yo-yo parallel to your body, and to turn the yo-yo as if it were a doorknob and push your elbow down. Some people find this easier, some people find this more difficult. Use the way that works best for you.
To do Eiffel Tower, you first start out by throwing a sleeper. Then you pull the string between your pointer finger and your thumb, and twist and grab the bottom segment, pulling it through, and turn your throw hand down to form the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. Then you can repeat these steps, turning upside down to spell yo. To do Rock the Baby, you start off with a hard sleeper. You pull the string back between your pointer and your thumb like a bow and arrow. You open that segment and rock the baby. And once you get good at that, you can do Dizzy Baby. To do the one-handed star, you start off with a hard sleeper. You pluck the bottom segment of string with your fingers in this order: thumb, ring, pointer, pinky, middle. When you get more comfortable with these motions, you can do it in a rolling motion. It can also be done two-handed, starting with your thumb, pointer, ring, thumb, middle. A good way to practice these tricks is to practice them with a yo-yo that is not spinning.
As you're playing with your yo-yo, you may find that your string is way too tight or way too loose. It looks a little something like this. So we're going to show you a few different ways to fix that problem. When learning to correct your string tension, you may be uncomfortable finding a place where your string tension is neutral. The best way to find this is by throwing the sleeper and stopping the yo-yo. Remove the string from your finger and allow the string to untwist itself to a neutral position. A basic way to correct the string tension is throwing a sleeper. Pinch the string pretty close to the yo-yo and pull it off to the side. This will cause the string to flutter and thus correct your string tension. The most basic way to correct your string tension is stopping the yo-yo and either turning the yo-yo counterclockwise or clockwise. This will tighten and loosen your string. And again, turn to the right to tighten, turn to the left to loosen. To throw the UFO, you're going to throw the yo-yo parallel to the ground rather than perpendicular to the ground. Tug it up to the height of your hand and it'll return. If you throw it to the right, that tightens your string. If you throw it to the left, it loosens it. Once you have that mastered, you can actually grab the string and increase the spin. The more flutters you have, the more you're tightening or loosening your string. As you get to more advanced yo-yoing, you'll find that many people use yo-yos that are unresponsive, which means they don't come back with a simple tug. To get a return, you do a thing called a bind. To perform the bind, what you're going to do is basically do a backwards elevator, and feed the yo-yo into the string, pinch the string with your non-throw hand, and pull up with your throw hand. As the yo-yo begins to return, just get your non-throw hand out of the way. This can also be done side style. For these tricks, you're probably going to want a hard floor surface. So we brought a hard floor surface. This trick is walk the dog. Anytime you have a yo-yo, someone is going to ask you to do this, so you might as well learn it now. Besides, it's kind of fun. What you're going to do is throw a hard sleeper, then just touch the yo-yo to the ground and walk along with it. Give it a good tug up. And you have walked the dog.
Now that you know how to walk the dog, you can improve it with the creeper. To do the creeper, throw a hard sleeper, walk the dog, kneel down, and tug it back.
To perform dog bite, you're going to throw a very hard sleeper and carefully swing the yo-yo towards your clothing and tug it. This will cause the yo-yo and string to get entangled in your clothing. All you gotta do to release it is give it a good tug and return it to your hand. This can be also done on other forms of clothing, like your shirt, for the pit stop. To perform the elevator, throw a hard sleeper. Fold the string in half and mount the yo-yo on the front side of the string. As you pull your non-throw hand up, the yo-yo will climb the string. This can be done in an up and down motion. Return the yo-yo back to your hand any way you like. First floor, second floor, penthouse, and back to the lobby. For forward pass, you'll stand with your arm to your side with your palm facing behind you. You'll extend your hand and arm up as if you're telling someone to stop. The yo-yo will go to the end of the string and automatically return. As it returns, catch with your palm up. The string is wrapped properly for you just to do it one more time, over and over again. Now that you've learned forward pass, you can also now learn around the world. Around the world is done in a very similar way. You extend your arm out, but guide the yo-yo all the way around at the full length of its string. When it reaches about eye level, give it a little tug and it comes right back to your hand.
To do around the corner, you start off with a hard sleeper. Place the yo-yo behind your arm, then give it a tug with your throw hand and it will pop over your arm. Then return it however you would like.
Looping tricks have been around since the invention of the yo-yo. To perform an inside loop, you'll throw out a forward pass. As the yo-yo starts to return, you'll flick your wrist to cause the yo-yo to go back out and regenerate its spin. This is called an inside loop because the loop is done inside of the arm. With this two-toned yo-yo, you'll see that the yo-yo actually flips over every time you throw it out. In addition to inside loops, you can do this, outside loops, done outside the arm. After looping with each hand, you could try them together, right hand and left hand. Alternating, like this, doing two-handed loops. You want the yo-yo to tilt outwards, ever so slightly. This gives you greater control over your loops. You could alternate inside and outside loops, and do it two-handed. If this is too hard, try it with just one hand. Hop the fence is done by basically throwing a gravity pull. As the yo-yo gets near your hand, you'll flick your wrist to regenerate the spin, creating a hop the fence. Once you've mastered hop the fence with each hand, you can then try it with each hand together, alternating. This is called milk the cow. Once you've built a fair amount of strength doing hop the fence, you can then do punches. Punches are hop the fences straight out. When you're even stronger, you can go straight up. Once you mastered that with each hand, you can do a trick called fountain, which are essentially climbing and falling hop the fences. The next trick is called planet hops. It'll start just like a gravity pull. As the yo-yo approaches your hand, you'll just guide the yo-yo over. Here's an example of two-handed planet hops. Once you've got planet hops, the next move is to learn shoot the moon. Shoot the moon is basically just an upside down planet hop. Throw a very high forward pass and guide it up when it returns towards your hand. Make sure that the yo-yo is out of plane with your head for safety's sake. It's important to look at the distance that the yo-yo is from your hands when it changes directions. 4 to 6 inches is preferred. This trick is more finesse than it is strength. Practice, 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 and you'll get there. Here's an example of two-handed shoot the moons. A stall is a trick in which the yo-yo changes direction on every single return. What composes this trick is essentially a gravity pull, a forward pass, and a hop the fence. This trick can also be done two-handed. So cool. In the war that is yo-yo, one needs a great offense and a great defense. This trick is called sword and shield. The shield portion is comprised of a sideways around the world. The sword portion, left-handed loop-the-loops. Any good soldier has both. Sword and shield. Don't get too close, folks. He's a monster. This trick is called warp drive. First, you throw out a forward pass. As the yo-yo returns, you loop out into and around the world. You can do this as many times as you want. When the warp drive is not enough, you need a time warp. First, it starts with around the world. As the yo-yo comes back, you punch into a reverse around the world. This trick is best done at 88 miles per hour. It is said that the reversal direction of this yo-yo requires 1.21 gigawatts of energy. Chug-a-chug, chug-a-chug, chug-a-chug. This is blue line rolls. Throw a sleeper with your left hand, and then throw a sleeper with your right hand, draping it around your left wrist. Throw a split bottom mount over that wrist. Then pinch. Pull your hand out of that loop, creating a kink, and then mount your other yo-yo. Kick that front yo-yo back again, front yo-yo back again, as many times as you like. Dismount by making sure that your right yo-yo is in the back and push it out to your left. AAA king tricks can also be done side style. They're done a little like this.
Double trapeze. Start off by throwing 2 breakaways and intersect the string with your index fingers with a diagonal chopping motion.
Now that you've learned a few mounts, you can perform tricks to build on them. To do a brain twister, throw a hard sleeper and start with an undermount. With your throw hand, push against the 2 strings and create a somersault. Then you unmount as usual. You can do this many times around if you feel like it. Fancy. Another trick you can perform with a bottom mount is stop and go. Throw a hard sleeper, get in a bottom mount, bring your hands together and return the yo-yo while still in the mount. Pull down and back with your throw hand, opening both hands, and the yo-yo will begin to spin again. Catch and enjoy the applause. Here's a few tricks you can do with a split bottom mount. The first is called split the atom. Throw a hard sleeper and make a split bottom mount. Then you'll pass your non-throw hand under, push your finger towards the two strings in the front, then pass your throw hand under, and then do 3 somersaults. Dismount and return the yo-yo. So good looking. This trick is called barrel rolls. Throw a hard sleeper, do a split bottom mount, do an underpass with your non-throw hand, do an underpass with your throw hand, non-throw hand, throw hand. Do this to your heart's content. You'll begin to get wraps around your throw hand. This is natural. Just allow it to unwind.
To perform Mach 5, you're going to throw a hard sleeper and land into a split bottom mount. Do an underpass with your non-throw hand and continue around the index finger of your throw hand. Pull your hands apart and rotate both arms around the yo-yo. This creates the Mach 5 zero gravity effect. Return into a split bottom mount, unmount the yo-yo, and return to your hand. Our next trick is Poppin' Fresh. To start Poppin' Fresh, you're going to start on Mach 5 and stop the revolutions when your throw hand is in front. Pop the yo-yo up in the air and switch positions with each hand. Do this several times and then stop with your non-throw hand in front of you. Dismount the yo-yo and do as we do in the South and boot, scoot, and boogie your way out of here.
Okay. Spin Blaster. Start off by throwing a split bottom mount landing on both strings, also known as the serpotomous mount. Stick your pointer finger of your throw hand into the strings and perform a Mach 5. When your non-throw hand is on top, release and make an explosion sound. Remember, kids, spin it, then blast it.
To perform Trapeze and his brother, throw a trapeze. Then swing the string over the middle finger of your non-throw hand. Stick out the pointer finger on your throw hand and mount the yo-yo on that string. Pull your hands apart and catch the yo-yo. This trick should be done in 2 fluid motions. To perform 1.5, throw a breakaway and allow the yo-yo to travel around both index fingers. Using that momentum, allow the yo-yo to swing into the top segment of a string and around your pointer finger. To perform a double or nothing, throw a breakaway, allowing the string to travel around both pointer fingers, and then mount just like a trapeze. This trick should be done in 1 fluid motion. To perform a triple or nothing, throw a breakaway, allow it to wrap around each pointer finger twice, and then into a mount. A Houdini mount is performed exactly like a double or nothing, except it goes around your thumb first and then mounts on your pointer finger on your non-throw hand. Magic. Performing a wrist mount is pretty similar to performing a double or nothing. Throw the yo-yo as a breakaway. It goes around your throw hand wrist. And this creates a triangle. Allow it to go around a second time and into the triangle. When you hit the segment on the bottom, you're going to mount on your wrist. To dismount, you want to drop the yo-yo off on the inside of this mount. If you drop on the outside, this creates a knot. Sad business.
Off-string is just what it sounds like. It's a yo-yo not attached to the string. Here's how you wind it. Pinch the end of the string against the body of the yo-yo and just wind away. You can let go of the end whenever you feel it's tight enough. Let's do some basic off-string throws. This is the kyo mount. Throw a forward pass, intercept it with your non-throw hand, grab the string, and catch the yo-yo on the string. To return an off-string yo-yo, you will do a bind. Throw the loose end of the string into the yo-yo and return it to your hand. This is another way to throw an off-string yo-yo. Throw a sleeper and intercept the string with your non-throw hand. And bring your throw hand under the yo-yo to catch it.
Engine. Start off with the kyo mount. Grab the end of the string with your throw hand. With your non-throw hand, wrap your finger in towards your body and around, creating a loop around your finger. Then swing the yo-yo over that finger, landing on the bottom string. Then roll the yo-yo around your finger. Then dismount and bring the yo-yo back to your hand.
Eli hops. To do Eli hops, start with the trapeze. Pop the yo-yo up into the air and bring your hands together. And land the yo-yo back into the trapeze. Easier said than done.
To do a grind, you start off with a trapeze. You pop the yo-yo to your hand, allow it to grind for a second, back to trapeze, and back to your hand.
This bad man is going to show you how to do a leg wrap trap. Throw it sideways around the world. Take a right leg. Take a left leg. Go between your legs both times. And hit a trapeze behind your back. That's all there is to it, babies.
Gyroscopic flop. Start off with a trapeze. Flip your yo-yo around, putting a bind around the axle. Pull tight. That's a gyroscopic flop.
Our next trick is slack trapeze. Throw a trapeze. Unmount the yo-yo and pinch the string. Throw the string over your wrist. When the string hits the yo-yo, release the pinch, allowing the yo-yo to fall into the mount. Roll back into the trapeze and return to your hand. Folding gates goes like this. Throw a trapeze. Open the loop with your non-throw hand and drape it across your throw hand. Now drop the loop onto your wrist, like this, creating a tunnel. To dismount, bring this string to the back of the yo-yo and drop the yo-yo.
Raphael is made of iron, and so is this trick. To do the iron whip, you start off with a trapeze. You grab the middle string, you pop the yo-yo up on the inside, and then whip it with the inside string. Notice that as he whips the yo-yo, his knuckles roll towards the yo-yo to help create the whip motion. Then dismount and catch.
Do you want to see one of the hardest tricks known to man? This is what a laceration looks like. To perform a laceration, throw a sleeper sideways. Flick the string, hitting the yo-yo, and then insert your finger in the loop created. Green triangle. Throw a trapeze, and then throw a formation very similar to a trapeze and his brother, but it's over your wrist. Remove that loop from your throw hand, and you're in a green triangle. Pop out on the inside, back into a trapeze, and you're done. You can go home. Probably already are home. Sit in front of your computer, your television, yo-yoing.
The basic chopsticks. You start off with a trapeze. Then you do a trapeze brother over your thumb between your thumb and your index finger. You drop the string off your index finger, unwrap, back to a trapeze, and back to your hand.